connect for. It's like university students have it so damn good. They have no idea how good they have it.
Like that one college that made a pool,
here in Toronto.
that made a lazy river for this one college a long time ago, right?
Wow.
Man, they just have this university has so much money they don't even know what to do with.
GM, everybody.
GM, everybody.
It's a great campus.
Wow, this is already like a full room. This is crazy. Usually it's like people trickle in, but not today. GM, how's everybody doing? Okay, let's give a few minutes to let more people trickle in and still getting a couple things set up on our end, and then we'll get started. I'll get my camera on and everything.
Eve gave a nod of how I feel. Just like, we're here. We're doing it.
Go to bed, Co. It's time, bud.
Fine. Oh yeah, I had John. I guess you're in the other Telegram chats where I'm posting updates and stuff. I'll sleep when I get to Denver.
Yeah, right. We'll give it a couple more minutes, then kick things off, start things up with a little guided meditation from Eve. And just a quick heads up, I am sitting in the hallway about to go into a doctor's appointment with my pregnant wife, so I may need to leave abruptly, but all is well over here.
Appreciate you prioritizing your wife over us.
And your baby.
Oh yeah.
Is this going to be your first time?
Yeah, this is number one.
Well, I don't have much advice for you, but if your wife needs advice, my wife is an amazing mom. She's a pro. We have two girls. We got 2.5 and 1 year old.
Yeah, it's
My
funny
only
when I met Matt, I actually thought he was a father.
Right, you know, you got the personality. He's going to be a great dad.
John?
I was going to say, my only advice is to ignore all the advice. This is your kid. You and your wife get to decide how you're going to raise this kid. Everybody's going to tell you their 2 cents on how to raise a kid and how they think it's to do it right. And it's all bullshit. And it's up to you two, which is the best thing and the worst thing that I can tell you. So
I appreciate that. All right, 5 minutes in. Yeah, I guess let's kick things off. We have a decent crowd so far. All right, Eve, do you want to? Yeah, hey everybody, thanks for coming. Eve, all you.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Afo. Hi, everybody. Great to be here. Leo today. It's an exciting full moon. Leo is about shining our light. Leo is the sun. It's the lion. It's about our creativity and our expression. So yeah, just bringing that into our awareness as we take this opportunity to drop into meditation together. So wherever you are, if you feel comfortable, just closing your eyes. And beginning to connect with your breath. Allowing your breath to move in and out of your body. With each inhale, inviting fresh energy into your body, into your system. And with each exhale, letting go of anything that's ready to go, that you don't need anymore. Inhaling the new, exhaling the old. Inhaling the fresh. Exhaling the stagnant. Continuing to breathe at your own pace. And just knowing, having the awareness that this cycle is always happening as you breathe. You're always bringing in fresh energy as you inhale. You're always letting go of what you no longer need as you exhale. Sensing into your connection with the earth beneath you. Allowing yourself to be held and supported by the earth. Activating your connection with the earth. I like to think of it like cables, like fiber optic cables that connect my energy body with the earth. And this connection is also always present. And bringing your awareness above your head to the crown of your head. Breathing into this space, activating, opening your connection with higher dimensions, wisdom, intuition. And bringing your awareness into your heart center. Breathing into your heart space. The nexus of these two energies, the earth energy from below, cosmic energy from above, meeting together in your heart, the center of your being. Taking a moment in stillness to connect with your reason for being, your why. Why are you here? Trusting whatever comes through for you as sound guidance. and feeling into the presence of all of the hearts surrounding us, spread across the globe, and all coming together in pursuit of the public good, the good of each other, the good of this community, this network. And feeling gratitude for the opportunity to be here together. Taking a few more rounds of breath and gently bringing yourself back as you're ready for this February community call, the Greenpill Network. Thank you so much for having me and for meditating. So excited to see what's up. Thanks, Alpha.
Awesome. Thank you, Eve. Well, that's always a lovely way to start these meetings.
Yep.
All right, let us dive on in.
Give me a second.
All right, Alpha, you want to bring us to the next slide?
Yeah, just give me a second. Quick. There you go.
Yeah, right. And then, yeah, since I'm on my phone, if you could share any links along the way, that would be awesome. All right. So first up, we got some updates. Octa and Epoch 6 wound down a couple weeks ago at this point. Yeah, I believe the link that's the tweet that's linked here kind of lays out some of the numbers. But yeah, another successful Epoch in the books. Anybody who doesn't already, get some GLM, lock that up, and yeah, if anybody needs any help kind of being onboarded into the Octane ecosystem, definitely hit us up. I think we're a bunch of Octane maxis over here at this point. And then, yeah, also, if you did donate, definitely find the information about their sweepstakes. I think there's two more weeks left. You got to go to guild.xyz/Octane and get as many points as possible. And I think at the Thursday town halls is when they do the official drawings. There's one big winner and then I think 5 lesser winners. Yeah, definitely worthwhile. Giveth Loving on Public Goods QF rounds. So there's, I think, about
Wait,
2.5.
Matt, did you skip that you won the sweepstakes? Or did I miss that?
I did. I didn't want to brag, but yes, I did win. So I'm a GLM whale.
Baby's going to college.
I told my wife, I was like, I'm not actually going to sell any of it, but we're going to support a lot of public goods for a lot of years. So we got that going for us. But yeah, as many of you know, I love to spread it around. So I'll be donating to an immense amount of projects per epoch. And yeah, heck yeah. So, woohoo. Thank you. All right. Next up, yeah, Giveth Loving on Public Goods QF round is going on right now. Got a 100K USD Glow matching pool, and if everybody's sick of me saying it, I don't care. I'll say it again. Glow dollar with the auto PGF mechanism is freaking amazing. Yeah, Public Nouns is one of the sponsors. We got Greenpill Network in there, Greenpill Dev Guild, Greenpill Brazil, Green Sofa, Taiwan. I believe those are the only Greenpill chapters and guilds, but a bunch of people in this call today also have projects involved. I know John with the Solar Project and Co with Hand Protocol, and I feel like there's one other person I wanted to take note of and mention, but I apologize. But yeah, feel free to show a little bit in the chat. Yeah, so about 2.5 days left. Make sure you get your passport score updated beforehand. Make sure you spread it around because they use COCM cluster matching. and donations of $5 or more will get you entries into the Give Back raffle. Similar situation as Octane sweepstakes, where I think every 2 weeks every 2 weeks they have a basic raffle. I think one big winner and like 4 or 5 lesser winners. But yeah, the whole give economy is pretty interesting over there. Definitely take a look if you're not familiar. Somebody definitely dropped at least the Greenpill network link in there. And I mean, yeah, especially chapters and guilds too, spread the word, because a lot of those funds are going to funnel back into the chapters and guilds essentially. So yeah, definitely pretty excited to get a little bit more capital formation happening within the network. And yeah, ETH Global. Next up, we got the ETH Global Agentic Hackathon recap. The Dev Guild has a team that submitted a project. Kit is in here. Kit, can I pass the mic to you to share some information about that, and somebody can drop the link?
Sure. The Agentic Hackathon was focused on AI agents. So we formed a team with some of the Dev Guild members, and we brainstormed a bit, and we decided to build an AI agent that will help with onboarding. So it plays a welcoming and assistive role, much like the concierge of a hotel. And so when new members come in, it recognizes them and it greets them, and then it advises them about steps they could take to onboard into the network. And we trained the AI on the community content, and it's kind of amazing. It's really good. It knows all the content. It knows events that are happening. It knows the history of the network. And so when you ask it questions, it comes back with pretty accurate answers. And we have it running in a Discord. Maybe somebody can drop the link. If not, I have it here. So you're welcome to try it out, actually. And the agent is a firefly. The designer came up with that idea that it lights the way for new members. So you're welcome to interact with it. And we made it to the next round of judging. So yesterday there was a presentation, and I don't think we're gonna come into the top 10 or something, but we definitely did well. So have a look and play with it.
Awesome. And when do you actually hear about whether or not you make it to the next round? Has that come in yet?
We'll hear about that tomorrow, and the awards are Friday.
Can you share a link to the project, like on the ETH Global, so people can watch the video and everything?
Yeah. Hang on a moment.
And also pin that if you can.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people within the Writers Guild that are pretty focused on the actual onboarding process of coming into the network. If you're in the Discord, go into the writers channel. There's a thread in there. I think it's called Regen Onboarding. I'm pretty excited about that, because it's a little overcomplicated. I like to complicate things, but I know Michelle's in the call today. He's I think going to help make it a little less complicated. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
We have a hand raise, Regis. I have a question. Or maybe that's a mistake. Okay, it might be a mistake. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, cool. All right, so next up we got the DeSci Working Group grant round proposal. So the basic gist is Swift Evo is a big time Greenpiller, is a part of the DeSci Working Group that runs that. I think it was just one previous Gitcoin grant round. I think it was in GG 22 or 23. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically posted a proposal asking if the network can kind of help support the DeSci Working Group and of gathering the 5K that they need which is like the requirement to kind of get the matching funds from Gitcoin as a community round. I posted my thoughts in there yesterday, I believe, and I think it's a great idea. Obviously, when it comes to like utilizing network funds, it can get a little bit messy, especially since we don't have like a super formal governance structure in place. But yeah, I think when it comes to like funding rounds that fund a whole mass of projects, that's something that might be very cool for Greenpill to get involved in. Yeah, my basic opinion was I think that the network should allocate some funds, and maybe we can do like a crowdfunding from the broader network as well. But yeah, definitely check out that hub thread and share some thoughts when you get a chance.
Yeah, to add to that a little bit, because the network definitely has done. We've done community grant rounds and have gotten matching funds. So I think it's like something that's always been a core pillar of the network of funding rounds and funding different things. So I think finding ways to support different initiatives within our network is the way to go, in my opinion. All right, let me get to the next slide. Oh man, okay, do I gotta refresh for the image to show up? Okay, give me a second. Apologies, guys. There we go. Oh, does that mean updates that we do in the other ones won't show up? Okay, I don't know. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, so the Greenfield DNFT collection, I believe we discussed it a bit at the last monthly call, but it's yeah, I think it's largely being organized by Earthu from Atlantis P2P, which is essentially the same crew as Greenpill India. Yes, I think the basic gist is it's kind of utilizing all their suite of products with maybe revolving mostly around Impact Miner. And it'll be like you mint a red pill, and then you got to do regenerative actions in real life, which will be bounties set up by chapters that are involved in other regenerative organizations. And then as you accrue points on Impact Miner, it'll basically upgrade from red to, I think, orange up until a green pill. And yeah, it'll be, it's another interesting way to kind of incentivize people to do regen stuff in real life. And then also it'll help fund the chapters that are getting involved. So yeah, this is like, I'm incredibly excited about this, and the art is all hand drawn, and it's all pretty beautiful. Yeah, can you share a little bit more details, Alpha?
Yeah, did you mention that each chapter will get 2,000?
Not specifically, but yeah, 2K
okay. Yeah,
per
okay.
chapter that's involved.
Yeah, so every chapter get 2,000 in bounties to create, so you can start creating impact and rewarding people for it. And then also in Denver, we're also going to look to utilize and use this as a mechanism for ourselves when we do volunteering activities, turn our red pills into green pills, and then also use this as an opportunity to help onboard people into green pill space by first giving them a red pill, and then random ways to like upgrade it over time. So even post ETH Denver, after we leave, they still could continue to progress their pill. So yeah, really excited for this one. Ertu unfortunately couldn't make it today to talk more, but he will be providing chapters with like one-on-one onboarding to help them get set up. So if you have any questions or need support, he'll help there. And yeah, this is really excited for this.
Yeah, once the formal documentation's in order, we'll obviously blast it out across all the channels and start spreading the word. But this is, I think, one of the more exciting things that I've seen kind of come together since I've been involved in Greenpill. So it'll be super interesting to see how it plays out.
So it's just a question there. Is the NFT for the members or for the chapter?
Members.
It'll be
individual
for the individual members.
Okay, and the collection is for the chapter, which gets 2,000.
Yeah, the chapters will be onboarded. He sent a message in the private, like the steward chat, with a little bit more info, and I think Arthur shared his Calendly link, so you can set up a call with him to get onboarded. But it's basically the chapters need to onboard into Impact Foundry to set up the bounties, and then the actual individuals will be on Impact Miner itself. But yeah, it's not just for Greenpill chapter members. It'll be for everybody, essentially. All right, cool. Yeah, want to move on to the next slide? Ooh, okay, this is, yeah, I was looking forward to this one. So we're officially onboarding a new cohort of stewards. There's an old hub thread that kind of outlines the rough setup that we're kind of implementing. If somebody could share that link there. But yeah, the most important news is it's Heenal from London, Ontario, Alwyn from Cape Town, and Abdu and Hoodle from Indonesia. They're all superstars. I'm like incredibly bullish. All three of these crews, a lot of experience within like different regenerative, on-chain and off-chain regenerative organizations and initiatives. So yeah, we had our first meeting with them. I think it was last week, and yeah, I'm just excited. I'm not sure what else to share about that, but yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, to add to that, yeah, really excited to start this new cohort. A lot of already, I'd say, like really qualified individuals at like a community building level. So really bullish on them being able to be successful. And I think, yeah, if we could provide the right support within the network with like, a toolkit, for example. I know Monty's working on a refi toolkit for local nodes. I think that's something we'd want to, tap into, and then also infuse some of the elements we have within Greenpill to give chapters the best ability to, to get started. And then also, yeah, workshops and assessments. That will be the main way we're evaluating, the success of onboarding. So we're actually having our first workshop for this cohort tomorrow, which is a Charmverse workshop. That's going to be led by Xandra. She's going to present from the Charmverse team. And yeah, basically from that workshop, we'll create an assessment. And then you can either, attend the workshop or watch the recording async. Or even if you already have the knowledge and you can just complete it without the workshop, go ahead. So, but that would be our way to kind of, ensure people will have the required knowledge to be successful within Greenpill and the region community at large. But yeah, that's all. Anybody else want to add to that? We got a couple other network stewards here that were on the call. Cool. I'll pass it back to you, Matt.
Yeah, welcome to the fam. All right, well, I officially need to dip. I'll tell the baby that everybody says hello. Yeah, I'll catch it. I'll watch the rest of this recording. Oh yeah, anybody who wants to, it's just good to know. We always upload the recording of this onto YouTube, and then I share it in the hub post that kind of lays out the agenda for this call. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. But always a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of you in East Denver. Thanks, Afo and crew, for taking the reins from here. But yeah, have a good one, everybody. See you soon.
See ya. All right, cool. Let's get things going, to keep things moving. We got to refresh my page just one more time because I got one new update to show. It's an ideal, but it's all good. Yeah, so next is Greenpill Denver activations. So yeah, we're gonna go through a few of the things we plan to do at ETH Denver. And for anybody that's plan to be there, you can partake. So first thing on the agenda is Greenpill Goonies Give Back. So we're planning to, well, first we go to Greenpill Goonies. Well, the first time the name was created was last year when we did the hackathon under the team name of Greenpill Goonies. And I think this year now we're expanding to like more IRL action, to like do on the ground work. So we're going to be doing some river cleanup with Greenway, also some food distribution throughout the whole East Denver with Joyce Kitchen. And yeah, really excited. And then anything we could get our hands on that's like, any opportunity that's local that we see on like a, like a community board, etc. We could show up for. And yeah, if you want to join the Goonies, you can just reach out to, Matt, Corey, Co, or I, and we'll get you onboarded. But yeah, this is something that, we're looking to document, record this, and kind of use the springboard to show, the impact that our communities can create. And then kind of tying into that a little bit is an initiative with Verbs. It's kind of been a little bit, it's been a back and forth with, so we had a proposal to get funding to support creating some merch that's, Greenpill and Verbs, because Verbs and Super will also focus on, local impact. But there was kind of some, I guess, misunderstanding around like the proposal and just kind of intentions and things of that nature. And then we had a second one that we recently had that also didn't pass. And that was just because one person in the last minute just was like, oh, I feel the budget's too high. And it's the same thing they said the first time, but then they didn't engage. So it's been a whole back and forth, but third time's the charm. And hopefully, we'll get things. Yeah, it's been rough, but we do want to do some Verbs because this art was actually created by one of the Verbs artists named Little Birth, who's like one of the prominent Verb artists. And yeah, we want to be able to do some merch. So, TBD, but if not, we also plan to do some Greenpill merch. There's some designs from last year that Nansel created that we'll also just do on the Greenpill side. But yeah, hopefully we could also do this Verb merch because I think really love the Verb community and all the art that they create. And yeah, let's keep it moving. Next up, we'll be doing a barbecue with JT from EV Mavericks. So yeah, he's known for bringing the smokers all the way from I believe Kansas, and doing some pulled pork barbecue. And then also we everybody eats pork, and some people don't eat meat, so we want to be friendly, and we'll look to support all dietary options and have some of your favorite dishes for you there as well. And yeah, if you want to RSVP, it's going to be on the Luma. It's probably good. It's capacity of around 25 to 30 people. So RSVP as soon as possible before space runs out. And it's public, so you should be able to see on the Luma. And I would be sharing links right now, but man, this is where I'm missing Matt because Matt's the link guy. So maybe Corey, you could drop some links if you're able to. Next up is Allo Gitcoin volunteering. So this is also another opportunity, another volunteering opportunity. And if you want to help support like the Allo DAO summoning, Shelling Point, and these events that are coming up, there'll be a form. Still getting that form from Gitcoin and Allo, but we'll be able to distribute that shortly. And then if you're in Denver, want to support those, you'll be able to volunteer and be able to get access to the event for free, right? And then also be able to maybe get some goodies, potentially so much. Like I don't know the specifics, but I think volunteers is great because you just get to like be in the event, and help. Yeah, I know I love volunteering myself, but yeah. But yeah, I'll pause there. If there's any questions on ETH Denver, maybe could get a raise of hands with how many people are going to be attending. Just I guess do a thumbs up if you plan to be attending. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of us. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So yeah, looking forward to this. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. But I guess before getting into this, because it's gonna be our activity for the day, does anybody have any questions, any thoughts that they want to quickly share about the stuff I've gone over, yeah, or move on.
I think Nick Brown's hand is raised.
Say that again, Carla?
Yeah, Nick's hand is raised. So I think he wants to go.
Okay. Kaz, I see you unmuted.
Just curious if anyone has any gossip on the new merger between Gitcoin Passport and Holonym, which happened just a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
really cool news.
I
Big
view
get-
it's just gossip.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
Yeah, holonym coming in. So
What do you guys want to know? I think that I've seen
hey,
it happen.
Walkie.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How's it going? Sorry I'm late.
You good? Yeah, Kaz, anything in particular you want to know?
I mean,
is Gitcoin Passport still going to be supporting the Gitcoin ecosystem and stability? What's any quick summary of the future plans?
yeah. As I understand, Passport is going to continue to support the Gitcoin community, and super proud that Gitcoin bootstrapped Passport and that it's now. I think Gitcoin's like the 6th largest customer of Passport now. So like there's demand for civil resistance outside of Gitcoin, and at the same time, I think Gitcoin's become less reliant on Passport as CCOM has become a thing. I can explain what CCOM is if people care about it. But for me, this kind of proves that we can bootstrap products and then spin them out, and then they can be successful elsewhere in the market. And so I'm hoping that Allo Capital can be as successful as Passport has been post Gitcoin spin out. But and also fuck WorldCoin. I hope that Passport beats WorldCoin at civil resistance. So that's the subtext of, I think, human.tech. They're really going after the civil resistance market.
Who's selling Gitcoin Passport? Is that Gitcoin Foundation, or is that private?
The DAO. I think that I'm not exactly sure what the terms are, but as I understand it, all of the proceeds should be going back to the DAO. If there's ever a token launch or any cash coming from the sale, that should be going back to the DAO.
Cool. It's awesome. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna hop into a governance activity. So let me get to the next slide. So yeah, we've talked about governance in a few of these calls, and we're gonna continue to look to really get bootstrapping at the community onboarded, because once onboarded becomes pretty easy. Definitely a couple steps involved when first starting a garden, but we want to focus on one pool, which is Izzy Initiatives, and there's a few proposals already there. So the goal today is just to start putting some conviction on some of these proposals. If you have an idea for a proposal, feel free to add as well, and you could conviction. But yeah, so we're gonna spend the next 10 minutes on this. And I do know, so before we hop into it, just because I know where time's at, let's do the pull-up drop, because the pull-up window is open. So pull-up time. Get your phone out. Where's my phone? But get your phone, go to the download the pull-up app. I'll be back. Give me a quick second. Okay. All right. So pretty simple. I think gonna want to open the pull-up app here, as you can see here. I don't know if it's how the blur is going, but just kind of see. And then just go to Mint to open up this little menu that you can see right here. And then you're going to click secret word, and then enter the secret, which is Goonies Give Back.
Says the window's already ended, so I'm not sure if maybe time zones.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets weird. Okay, so all right, let's pull up.
Yeah, mine says the
window
is closed also.
Oh, okay. I see what happened. That's 1 hour earlier. All right, so we're gonna do just 10:30 to 11:30.
Yeah, it says the same thing on my end. Means window has already ended.
Try now.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Nice, it works now.
Easy. Yeah, it's working.
Sweet. So thanks everybody, and definitely collecting these props are very valuable because, for example, we have a project called Greenpill, and one of the inputs we're using is pull-up collecting for events, and of course, there's people that tend to call but don't collect the pull-up, and of course, we want to find ways to still capture that, but we're trying to do things on chain. So collecting these props are definitely one a fun thing, but also crucial. I'd say in one aspect is showing that you were here and that you were at this event. So definitely encourage collecting it. All right, cool. So let's bring it back to the gardens and then we'll get going. All right, so yeah, all right, it's gonna be a couple steps. I'm gonna switch screens to show the garden. Looks like I need to sign some transactions to activate governance. So I'm gonna do that all in real time, but there's also a couple steps people need to do before that. So first thing first, let me come to the Gov Guild. All right, so I'm gonna drop this link to the Gov Guild garden. And if you're on a mobile device, definitely understand this won't be as feasible, but if you're on your desktop, yeah, please take the time. We have the next 7-10 minutes for this. So you need just a little bit of OP. If you don't have any OP, I could send you some. It's, pretty low amount, but I could send some to people that need it. But yeah, any questions as we get started with this? Well, I wish I could play music like I do with the mirror board, but yeah, just we're gonna spend the next. Anybody has questions, just unmute and ask. But yeah, take this time to sign up for the garden. If you can't right now, that's fine. We'll share the link after the call for you to do that when you have time.
And then also, Ethel, we have the Gov Guild on Friday at 1 p.m. CST. So more information, come there.
Yeah, and I'm signing transactions so we could.
A recommendation for anyone who's trying to do this on mobile. I found Coinbase Wallet works best for mobile, so I'd recommend trying that.
Yes, if anyone needs to be added to the allow list to vote, also can reach out to us to add on the list.
Cool. Is the governance activated? Can people put conviction?
Yes, now you can. I think don't work the ENS, Kev. We will need the yeah. Thank you.
It says it's inactive. Or what's that mean?
You can activate now.
Okay. Well, no, I was asking if it was activated, so it's not activated. Okay. Yeah,
And that activate governance, that's for you personally. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's modular, so the community can have any number of pools. So you choose which pools you want to help govern by activating your governance in those pools.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. So as people are joining the community, right, so you come here, see we got a couple new members. You'll come to the pools. So the currently one that's active is Izzy Initiatives. And here you can see there's a few proposals. One is scaling, tech and sun. That was one of Izzy's core initiatives, within the DPIN for, solar, and creating these microgrids. I think there's a lot of potential there. I know we talked about in the future, potentially running nodes and distributed validation states within these different solar charge stations. So, and then also then another one that ties into this, I guess I just mentioned is the microgrid coordination Africa. So these two are I think, we're really core to Izzy's values and what he was focused on. So finding ways to support those, I think would be great. There's also a virtual monument to Izzy that somebody proposed. Doing a grant round. annual Greenpill Citizens Round, documentary. So yeah, I think there's a few here, and it'd be great to start really learning what the community thinks we should all like rally behind and support. So once you get in here, you're able to. So let's see, for example, I really like the Scaling Tech and Sun. Come here, and then what I do, Paul?
Are you?
So I have a question. Where do you go to see these proposals? Because it's.
So,
I'm
are
just
you
saying
able
that
to the GovGuild Garden?
initiatives just to. Yeah, I'm there.
All right, yeah, you scroll down, and then it's polls.
Are those the only two polls?
Yes, right now.
I saw you scrolling some other pops.
Oh, so once I click into this, now these are proposals.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks.
Yep. So, Paul, am I able to put conviction?
Yeah, so click the Manage Support button, and then you'll see the slider bars and your voting weight that you can distribute. And so you can, you can allocate any amount of your support to any number of proposals.
Okay.
So, similar to snapshot token weighted voting.
All right, this is cool. Okay, so let's put some support for these. We're already at 86%. How much I have left? I'm at 100%. Okay, I guess. So then I'm going to submit it. Transaction done. So now, my conviction set. I want to see like kind of, but be a little variable in the different numbers, but it's really cool. And I think our conviction grow rate is at 3 days. So solid. And then let's go.
Yeah, and to give some context on that, so the conviction growth is the half-life of your voting weight. So it's logarithmic, and when you support a proposal, it starts growing conviction immediately, and in 3 days, half of your voting weight will have turned into conviction.
Nice. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. So it's, I think, and that's why, we're going to continue to do these garden calls, because once people do get onboarded, join the GovGuild, it will become very easy and quick to just, adjust your conviction and, apply your conviction to different pools. So let's look where we're at. We're at 14 members. I'll take that, 5 onboarded. Anybody else having issues or needs help joining or need some OP to join the community? It looks like, okay, people were sending addresses. Has Corey, okay, people were already sending. Oh, Corey, you handling this?
I sent my address 3 or 4 minutes ago, but
Oh yes,
it's still grayed out
just
for me.
to update, guys. Oh no, I'm just finishing the batch. I'm
Okay.
gonna wait. Everyone, send. Sorry for not being clear about that.
Okay, you got it. All right, so we'll give Corey some time to do that, and then everybody will be able to.
Oh, I just need anyone who is missing. Like the last one I added was Mortec, and I'm gonna add Diogo now. I think this is the last one.
Yeah,
I can approve if we don't have anyone else.
Yeah, if you have an address, send it now, so Corey can get it in this batch. All right, we got Jacob.
Oh, okay. And another thing that I would say that maybe if we reduce the conviction, we can see the results faster. Like we can iterate faster, maybe. I want to hear maybe a suggestion if we want to do that. How would be Paul? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Are you thinking just to like see the conviction in action, and because you could maybe set up a separate pool for that, just with a testing conviction growth parameter, or you can, yeah, you could also just update the conviction growth parameter for this pool and then change it back. But then obviously any conviction that grows while the pool is set to that parameter will stay after you change it after that.
Yeah. I would probably say we create another pool and maybe do that during the Gov Guild call. And then maybe the next call we could do that, because ideally, I do think we want to be able to use the ISV initiative pool not as just like a test pool, but really be able to like look at it. And it's something that's over a long period of time, right? We're gonna want people to come in and join. So I think that would be best with another pool, in my opinion. Cool. All right. Last call.
Sorry.
Once the allow list has been done, I'm going to be able to go in and vote with my OP. Is that the situation?
Yep. Yep. That's the situation.
Which button should I push? I just select which proposal I like, and then there'll be a way that I can.
I'll show you again. So you gotta go into the polls, and then you will go to click manage support.
Okay. That button's grayed out for me right now. But that's probably because I'm not on the whitelist.
Okay. That's probably. And you activated your governance already? No, you can't even activate governance now.
No, it's grayed out.
Okay. You're on the whitelist.
So
after the batch is sent, you just need to sign on the multisig.
Which multisig?
The gov will
Okay.
good.
I just sent a link, by the way, of another pool where conviction has grown. If people just want to see just visualize conviction growing in another pool, that gives a good sense of it there.
It's tight.
Okay. For the sake of time, and also I have a doctor's appointment in 30 minutes. So we're gonna keep things moving, and but let me just sign this transaction so you could do it in the background as we talk about other stuff. People could join the garden and all that jazz.
And I'd like to mention something I've noticed on the Giveth projects page for a few different Greenpill projects. They don't have all the wallets added to all the different networks, chains, and so if you're a network steward, if you do want tokens on other chains that people have, then please add those addresses.
All right, bringing it back to the presentation, and we went through the pull-up. Monty, I hope Monty's still here.
I am.
Yes, okay. Awesome. So yeah, this is also a big update. So Monty's gonna go into region coordination, GG23 round proposal. Let's go. All right,
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm very excited to announce that after we did the Genesis round, bringing together RefiDAO, Greenpill Network, and some other, and Cello PG in GG21, we're now doing the second half of that round with a kind of retro QF model. And yeah, pretty exciting. We've managed to raise about 70K confirmed so far for the matching pool, and hoping to aim to get that towards around 100K during GG23. And so then open it up for Greenpill chapters, RefiDAO local nodes, and some other kind of aligned regen networks, which is super exciting. And yeah, so I can explain a little bit more about how it works, but not just super high level overview. But I will paste a link in here that is like a register interest form and a kind of kickoff event. But the idea is that we've been working with Karma Gap to improve and implement this common approach or common impact data standard into their reporting systems. And so we'll do a kind of workshop on this, but there's a kind of way to map out all of the activities that your local chapter has done. And the activities are like, what did you actually do? And then the outputs are like, well, what was produced or achieved as a result? So what did you do in activity, organize and host an event? What was produced, number of participants, what was, the metrics as a result of that. So we'll have a kind of workshop on how to do it, but then you'll be able to input that on Karma Gap, mint that impact on chain. We're exploring hypercerts as well. And then that will then kind of, there's a coordination council that we formed with kind of key members of Greenpill Network, RefiDAO, and Celo Public Goods that can then evaluate those kind of impact claims and generate a kind of score. And then that can be fed into the QF model after the GG23 funding round to influence the matching results, essentially. So that's why it's kind of this retro QF model. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Just kind of teasing it, and more details coming soon. But if you want to register your interest for that, there's the link. And then there's also the kind of initial event workshop there. Just after ETH Denver, an online workshop where we'll kind of go through it all in more detail. Hopefully we should have the integration with Karma Gap built by then, which is very exciting. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Awesome. Oh, so that event you're talking about was going to be virtual, not IRL.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
There's already going to be enough in real life stuff going on
Gotcha.
in Denver, which I'm very excited for. And yeah, excited to meet a lot of you in Denver as well. I'll hopefully be in the Greenpill house and going to all of the regen events, Shelling Point as well, all of the things. It's going to be great fun.
Let's grow.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, if there's any questions on it, happy to answer. Otherwise, I appreciate we're probably at time here, so we'll hand it back to you, Alpha.
Typically, I'm willing to talk longer. This is I go to doctors, so yeah, we're gonna speak on this. All right. Yeah, we got some closing reminders. And yeah, hopefully, we'll get through this pretty quickly. All right. So first up, we got the Charmverse workshop that's happening tomorrow. I think most people on this call have gotten invites to that. If not, yeah, well, let me get the link right here. I'll drop it. But yeah, we're going to be doing a workshop with Xandra. So if you want to optimize your workspace or set it up for the first time, this is the workshop to attend. We also have the Dev Guild brand kit competition, which I actually want to open up and share my screen a little bit for that one because we already have one submission in, and already a few more people we already know are going to submit. They're just, holding the cards, keeping it close to their chest. But we do have one submission, which is already, I think, an awesome one. I really like, but or we could get a sense of some of kind of the design and things. I really like the color palette. In particular, this alternative one down here with these two colors. And like we said, these color palettes, this aesthetic could be applied to your chapter if you say okay, like this, style, design, etc. But yeah, just want to highlight the first submission in the brand kit competition. All right, bringing it back to the slides, and I'll drop a link to this too for anybody who wants to share. And still share it, even though there's still a couple days left. Artists could, create designs, really quickly, time. So there's still plenty of time to share the contest. All right, so let me bring it back to this one. So next up is also the climate round. I think the submission to apply is I want to say a day or two, or it's just a day left now. I don't know if John's on the call. Pretty sure John's involved with that, if he's still here. Maybe could give a few words. But if not, there's also we talked about the Greenpill DNFT collection.
I can say a couple more words. Sorry, I stepped away from my desk for a second there.
Yeah.
Hopefully folks that are thinking about applying have already started because as you noted, applications do close at the end of tomorrow. That's going to be basically like midnight PST. Essentially, if it's still February 13th somewhere in the world, you're probably okay. So it gives you about a day and a half if for some reason you haven't heard about this and you do want to still apply. Otherwise, yeah, the Octant community has decided to theme their next round in with a climate theme. So all the rounds in the next epoch will be climate-related projects, and they have brought the Climate Coordination Network on as the round operators to help them decide what projects will be in the round. So that application process will close, and then we have a couple weeks of review. We're going to shortlist folks and then do some additional interviews and data gathering from those organizations, and then make our final picks from there. So really excited for that round and for them to be supporting climate, especially with such a big pot of money. And yeah, hope to see some chapters or projects from this community involved. And I think it looks like somebody has a question, so happy to answer questions.
Yeah, thank you. Just a quick question. Thanks, John. So I'm looking over projects. I'm looking to apply for this round. I've started the application, but I wanted to just check with somebody whether it's the kind of project that would fit. And I tried reaching out by email yesterday and a DM on Twitter to the Climate Coordination Network, but I don't know if you're the if I can. I've got like a briefing note that I could send to someone just to look at, and I don't want to just put all the effort into the application if it's not really what you're looking for. Is that something you might be able to have a look over for me, or should I just apply anyway? Or
definitely, I did see your email. I always get a little nervous of attachments and emails from people I don't know. So now at least putting a PFP to the random email I received, I will take a little closer look at that and try and at least give you a response. I think the very high level I looked over, that it looks like it's certainly in the realm that we're looking to fund. I think it is maybe a little different than some of the applications that we're seeing. So, you know, I would definitely encourage you to, but I can definitely take a peek at your email and provide you any additional feedback.
Thank you.
Right
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was on Telegram and I was about to download a PDF, and then it's like a 23 megabytes. I was like, no. Somebody didn't really know that well, so I was like, okay, I'll wait on this. Yeah, okay, keep things moving, and then I'll have to hop, and then I'll probably pass over to Corey to keep the conversation going for anybody who wants to stay on longer. So yeah, last things, we have the NFT collection. I'm just gonna drop a link for that. So if you want to learn more about that in Impact Foundry, that's where you'll be using to set up bounties. Next up is the North Star post. This has been, I think this is kind of the best post to get a sense of the network and kind of where it could go in, 2025. So if you have any input or want to, be a part of the discussion, definitely please respond with your, your thoughts or ideas. I'll open it up real quickly just to show it. But yeah, it's basically a post that Walker kicked off talking about the North Stars for 2025, with one bringing the network on chain and the other around revenue streams. And then there's a third one that Aaron Frank shared on Twitter, which is around connecting to impact communities. And then, yeah, there's been a whole response. I gave a whole, I guess, a response. But really, like I said, if you want to get a sense of, potential direction that we could go and get your input in that discussion, I think this is the post. All right, so bringing it back to the slides. And then we have the Greenpill survey. We have, let's see. Oh, how to get a link. Yeah, so we have gotten a decent response, but definitely want to get more input here. We're still, potentially there may be some incentive here. We may look to do an NFT or a little token drop for people who fulfill the survey, survey, because nobody likes surveys, so find a ways to find a little bit of incentive. And the token drop would be like governance token, so you could, if you want to start getting involved in governance, you could do that. Wouldn't be anything crazy. And then last thing is Discord channels and roles. So also should share my screen for this one, because it seems a lot of people do not see the pod channels. So if you can see my Discord here, if you currently in the Discord, you aren't able to see pods unless you come to first here. It's a little annoying. This is a Discord, I think, issue in my opinion, but you have to come and make sure that you have the pods checked here. So for example, if you don't have, you can see here, if you don't have these, then they'll disappear. So you need to make sure you're following the category so you can see all the pods, right? You see, if I don't have it highlighted, oh, they're gone. Now highlight it. Okay, there they are. So yeah, a little annoying, but that's the way you got to see the pod. So just showing that. To get there, you go to channels and roles, which is at the top, and click browse channels. But yeah, just want to help anybody, make sure they can see all the channels they want to see. All right, that's all I got.
Sorry, I still can't see anything pods. Oh, okay, I get it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. I also had a question. When is the Chamverse workshop?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, is it posted in the channel? So I can know what time.
I don't know if it's posted, but I could, I think we need to send an announcement about it. It's been shared a lot of places, but I'm not sure where it's, but I'll send it to you directly.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I gotta get going. I'm probably gonna be late for this appointment, but
yeah, Paul, before you go, can you sign again? Because the first batch I did, I added 80 addresses and only 35 was added. Maybe you can sign again, please.
Yeah, I'm doing that. It's loading. Okay, I'm signing. But yeah, thanks everybody. We're gonna close it. Thanks for joining. But then you could, once I leave, you could stay on and continue to talk. I'm just gonna formally end things. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining the February monthly call. There's a ton going on as always. Really looking forward to East Denver and meeting everybody IRL. And yeah, let's keep growing and keep things moving. And yeah, thanks everybody for showing up to the call. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Afo.
Thanks, Afo.
Okay, bye, Afo. Bye, everyone.
Good luck.
We can